Whether you're having a not moving off the couch while you watch the game kind of day, or a no time between conference calls kind of day, it can still be a delicious Dunkin' kind of day. And with Dunkin' now available on DoorDash, it's easier than ever to get your faves brought right to your door. So if you're looking for coffees, donuts, and breakfast sandwiches in the morning, craving some afternoon snack and bacon, or in need of Dunkin' refreshers for a PM pick-me-up, we've got you covered. Order now and get your faves brought to your door through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Price and participation may vary. Exclusions apply. America runs on Dunkin'.
Hike the trail? Check. Order takeout? Check. Schedule heart checkup? Done. We've all adapted to a new way of living. Keep your healthcare on schedule with Johns Hopkins Medicine, where your health and safety are our highest priorities. We're ready to care for you through virtual and in-person visits across Maryland and the greater Washington region. Your health, our experts, safely caring for you. Schedule your care now. Learn more at hopkinsmedicine.org/safe.
Welcome to the Stephen Shiels radio show today. Welcome to this Facebook live stream. Seems to be a bit better, the connection, than Tuesday night because it's having connection problems. My apologies for that. That episode for the last Facebook live stream, I've got a better audio quality that I recorded the audio separately, so it's up there. So if there was stuff that you missed, you can download the audio as well. I want to thank you, everyone, for supporting my Instagram and Facebook page. Basically, without you guys, I don't know where I would be as well. So I just want to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting Shiels Productions and supporting the podcast, the Stephen Shiels radio show. My podcast is very loose and relaxed. It's not just music, because I feel if I talk music all the time, I think it'd get very boring. Last night on the show, I had Glenn Harold, who's a hypnotherapist and a musician. That episode's already up now on wherever you get your podcasts. Guys, you can also ask questions in the comments, in the chat as well. I really appreciate that. I want to get a little community going as well. And so it's 2021 and things are looking great. I've just started writing the new album as well. So I've been doing some Instagram live stream as well of like a behind the scenes of me writing my stuff as well. So that's just some behind the scenes stuff. YouTube. I want to thank you all for watching my YouTube channel as well. YouTube's been really good. I love being productive on YouTube and making my music and my tutorial videos for you. So that's what I do as well. And I love it. And it's, we live in a... I want to speak about like telecommunication companies as well. There's so many telecommunication companies out there, and they seem to just want to make money. And for some reason, I don't know, it's just become another business because as a musician and a composer, I have to use internet at the same time. And sometimes you get a good stream, you get a bad stream, or if there's a thunderstorm and the internet shits itself. There's nothing I can do about that. For some reason, in Australia, we've been behind on internet speeds for years and years and years. And basically, I don't know. Just seems the telecom companies just want to make money, and they don't care for some reason. If any of yous out there with any telecommunication service, leave your comments and tell me what you think of your internet, because there's so many providers. There's Vodafone, TPG, Telstra, Optus, iiNet. Oh God, the list goes on and on and on. And yeah. Now I thought I'd say I thought I'd comment on telecommunication services. Hello, Rachel, Sean. Who else we got from Instagram? Crow Mediations. Much better than before. So yeah, and telecommunications, it's just another business, and for some reason, whenever the internet's down, you ring up. We were Telstra, right? We ring them up. You're on the phone for 1 hour. That's ridiculous. So I wish in Australia, I wish we had the bandwidth to be able to have high-speed internet just like that. Like America has quicker internet speed than we do. You know, when I'm trying to upload episodes of the podcast. Even Sean says on Instagram, even when you call them, you're just sent to a person in India or the Philippines. You rarely speak to someone in Australia. I agree with that. Oop, got the hiccups there. Hiccups on a live stream. Oh my God. Anyway. Oh God. I think, yeah, you're completely right about that. It's always someone in Mumbai, Philippines. It's just stupid. Yeah, because at one stage, Telstra was one of the best telecom companies you could have in Australia. But I don't know what happened. They sponsor the NRL. If there's any footy fans out there, they've sponsored the NRL for years. Sean says, and you can barely understand them most of the bloody time. Yeah. K-Row Mediation says, UK has good speed. I am very nervous for when I can't come back to Australia. Is it as bad as they say? Well, Australia's internet speed is slowly improving with the NBN connection. However, the telecom companies don't tell you the truth half the time, if that's what you mean. So I think the UK have better connections than we do for some reason. You guys are lucky. I mean, if you're in Sydney, all right, if you're in the middle of Sydney, you're going to have very high speed internet, because I remember when I was studying at university, you had very fast internet. Well, you're kind of paying for it, so you're going to have very fast internet as well. Yeah, it is cheap labor. I know. Tell me about it. You know, and I remember when we first signed up for Telstra, we got the ADSL2 modem, and they gave us the Telstra TV box. It was a disaster, that thing was. Has anyone had a Telstra TV box out there and has had problems with it? Leave your comments, guys. Let me know what you think, because I don't use that thing. It's yuck. It's horrible. You know, and in internet speeds too, I feel internet speeds have got to speed up. Because if I want to upload music to my Spotify or, you know, to my YouTube, even upload to my podcast, we need faster internet connection as well. I just wish we did, you know. Sean says, nope, never had one. Not worth buying. Sean, you've got a Google Chrome thingy my bob for your TV, do you? Leave your comments. What are they? Oh, that Google Chromecast. You've got it. Leave your comments and tell the audience what you think about your Google Chromecast. because I don't use that. It's got like a flashing light that just stimulates my brain round and round and round and round and round. I don't like that as well. No. Yes, it's a Chromecast, he says. Yeah, where'd you buy your Chromecast from, Sean? Sean's on Instagram. I had Sean Samont on the podcast on Monday night. He's a regular guest. Yeah, it's very good. We have our weekly show together. Also, this morning I finished recording a show with Sonic Yogi from Insight Timer as well. And, it was a very interesting episode, so that'll go out tomorrow when I publish it. Sean's saying, it's pretty good. Perfect for anyone who streams Netflix, Disney Plus. Sean, but with your internet provider and you're streaming that, what happens if you have a bad connection with your Chromecast? Does it work properly? Because I don't have a Chromecast. He says you can get them from places such as JB Hi-Fi, Big W, Officeworks, etc. Okay, cool. Is it worth having a Chromecast, Sean? Because I know you've got a Google Home as well. But see, I've got Siri on my phone. But see, these Google Homes and these Amazon Alexas, they need a strong Wi-Fi connection, because if not, they don't work properly and it's not good. It's quite bad. It's not cool. You know that? Yes. Also, too, guys, you can get a free 3-month trial of Amazon Music Unlimited on my website. I've left the link to the website in the comments to my Facebook as well. It's a truly good opportunity. I've got Amazon Music Unlimited, and it is fantastic, guys. All you need to do is just click the link to my website, and I'm thankful for Amazon Music Unlimited sponsoring today's show. Sean says, well, sometimes the load lags when the connection is bad, but good when the connection is good. The Google Nest is really good. IMO. What's IMO, Sean? Is that meant to be LMO or IMO? Australian slang. Yeah. Yes. So that's internet speeds in Australia. Saves you time and energy when you need to turn Christmas lights. Yeah, remember we were doing that? We were doing our episode last week, Sean, and I don't know. Your Christmas tree lights just turned off automatically. That was weird. K-Row Mediation says, and then Sean says, in my opinion. So that's what LMO is, in my opinion. Very interesting. Interesting little Australian slang. That's what it's called as well. Yeah, so we've been having a bit of rain hanging around our place. That's probably why the internet's gone down. You know, every time there's a thunderstorm, the internet shits itself, which is not good. You guys, wherever you are, if you're in the US, Canada, Europe, if you have very high-speed internet, you guys are lucky. God, I wish we had high-speed internet here. Sean says, it's a capital I, not an L. I thought it was an L, not an I. You know. So, yes, that's internet speeds in Australia. That's what we got to put up with. What do they call that? Lag or latency as well. That's a big problem when you're doing recording with someone overseas on Zoom or Skype. Latency issues. Sean just gave 2 little emojis. That's funny. LOL. 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 Laugh out loud. Yeah, so I wanted to share a bit about my musical influences as well. Started writing a new album again, and I like to write electronic music because I enjoy composing electronic music. I think it's really good because I get to get a bit more creative a bit. I don't have to think too much as when I'm composing from memory into my DAW. That's when it gets harder. You know, I've got musical influences too. I like a lot of dramatic music. I even like rap music. You know, even listening to Tupac and Eminem. Uh, and you know, listening to some Parkway Drive lately, Mercules, Jelly Roll as well. I like listening to Snoop Dogg. Sean, do you like Snoop Dogg? Yeah. Wait for Sean to answer. Yeah, Snoop Dogg's he's good. He was on the Trailer Park Boys. He was Trailer Park. Anyone seen that Trailer Park Boys? Because that is some of the funniest stuff you can ever watch. Is Trailer Park Boys. I was watching that on Netflix. I binged watched the whole thing on Netflix as well. Sean says he's not a fan of rap music. What music do you like, Sean? Yeah. Yeah, I've also started listening to Lady Gaga, Poker Face. Sean says, I admit John Cena was a good rapper. Yeah, he was. I think it was in 2005. He brought out his first, was it his rap album or single? And that's when he had his old John Cena theme, and he went to his new song. And yeah, John Cena was a good rapper. Also, too, is a good musician. Is Chris Jericho from Fozzy. He is from All Elite Wrestling, and he is the best. Mainly rock. Yeah, I like rock too. I like listening to Motley Crue, Sean. You know, listening to Motley Crue is awesome. Turn that stuff up so loud that I'm just like I'm driving in my car listening to Motley Crue, and I'm like, yeah, this is the stuff here. This is the stuff to listen to Motley Crue as well. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. Well, you know, and Metallica, they've got a song called "The Weight," which I think that was a cover song, "The Weight," and it's pretty good. There was a couple of live versions with "The Weight" as well. I think they recorded an EP for that. But man, Metallica, since the 80s, it's a long time they've been around, and they're still today. Sean says from Instagram, Sgt. Pepper's is one album I would listen to till the end. Yep. I love the Beatles. The Beatles are like, you can just sit and listen to the Beatles and just say, forget the world, and just listen to the Beatles, especially Revolution as well. Definitely listen to Revolution from the Beatles. The Beatles are awesome. You know that? They are awesome. Yeah. Also, too, everyone, I am teaching guitar, clarinet, music theory lessons on Skype or Zoom through my website. Just click on the link in the comments to my website. Also, I am offering student discounts There's some requirements for that, but if you want to save yourself some money, student discounts are there for you. Sean says, the whole world knows. Yep. You know, the whole world knows. Yep. And, I remember.
Simplify your federal agency's technology procurement with Connection Public Sector Solutions. Connection's dedicated account managers, commitment to exceptional customer service, and extensive catalog of federal contracts make IT purchases quick, easy, and affordable. Turn your challenges into opportunities and get rid of your technology pain points with Connection today. Learn more about what's possible with Connection Public Sector Solutions at connection.com/Fed contracts.
When I started my company, Shiels Productions, I think it was one morning I was doing my cold calling. Sean says, who wants to walk with Elias? I mean, Stephen. That's a good one. Now, I was doing my cold calling one morning, and I cold called a film. I think it was a composer in Tasmania. Because I'm starting out as an entrepreneur. You don't know what works and what doesn't. And I remember he asked me, how much are you going to sell your work for? And me being new to the business, I said, $3 a track. He said to me, no. How are you going to eat by doing that? It's one day that really helped me wake up about royalty-free music, and that's when I started learning about Envato, Audio Jungle, Pond 5, and Motion Elements. I'll never forget that cold call, and I'm so glad I spoke to you, whoever you are, and I really thank you for that, because you helped me put a value on my work. Thank you. See, the one thing I've learned about pricing royalty-free music is you want to add value to it. Now, you can, if you were to get it from me, per track for royalty-free music, it's $80 a track. The reason for royalty-free music, if you would want to use it, if you had a project or a video that you wanted to publish, a video game as well, you have the rights to use that forever. And it's like buying something from the shops. There are composers out there that charge $1,000 for their royalty-free music as well. But and I'm so glad I made that cold call to wake up as an entrepreneur and say, hey, put value on your work. What are you doing? I guess as entrepreneurs, we have to learn the hard way as well. And I think sometimes if we learn the hard way, we learn better. Because you're thrown in the deep and you don't know the real world until you get out there and you try what's working, what doesn't work. Does cold calling work? My experience, not really. But you try. You give it a go, I guess, as well. And that really helped me, wake up and step up on my game and add value. Value is what you would want in life. Yeah. And I found when I was trying to upload to Audio Jungle, I think it's called Envato Elements, 5 times they rejected my work for my royalty-free music. 5 times. I've got a YouTube video about that too. the uploading process is so complicated. Whereas if I was to go to Pond 5 or Motion Elements, it's just drag and drop, and it's just so much more easier, because if you try to upload with an FTP uploader, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare using an FTP uploader. So I try and stay away from those music libraries that want to make life complicated. Like for Audio Jungle, you needed to actually physically put a watermark track into the recording and export a watermark and the recording at the same time. Oh, I had a hard time with that. And 5 times, and I thought, well, look, that's not the music library for me. There's nothing I can do. Rejection's going to happen. It happens. We just move on. Just get a water. Yeah, so that's what rejection has taught me, to keep going and keep moving on and just believe in myself. When I love what I do, I want to succeed, and I want to make the best work that I can make. And that's what I want. It's the royalty-free music libraries have taught me a lot about value, putting a value on your work, not cheap, learning curves. That is for me. That happens. I'm human. That's all I am. It's been about 8 months as an entrepreneur that I've started. A very interesting journey. Yeah, new album's coming out. I'm live streaming, just some behind the scenes stuff of on my Instagram page. Just showing you how I'm inputting the notes, just behind the scenes stuff that you wouldn't see, the mistakes, the errors, just so you guys can get a bit of inspiration on what I do, what the work is before I go into the finished product as well. So yeah. And that's what it is. That's what I like. Behind the scenes is the best. The single Apocalypse, when I came up with the idea of Apocalypse, I was thinking of about like a video game, sort of like a military video game, and I believe that works much better in like a video game setting, Call of Duty inspired, Battlefield 3 inspired as well. Sniper, Ghost Warrior, the sniper video games, and I feel it's the type of music that would be good for a stealth mission as well. So that's where I came up with Apocalypse. That's the single. That's my latest single that you can check out as well. Apocalypse on Spotify or wherever you get your music streamed as well. So that was electronic music, and I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed my journey writing electronic music. One of my favorite tracks is Judas, actually. I love Judas. That was the first track that got played on it's Art Cafe FM with Neil duty. There's an episode on my podcast. I've put the interview there. It was my first ever interview. And Neil reached out to me. He contacted me and I was like, yeah, I'd love to do the interview. It was a great achievement of my life, having my first ever interview on a community station. So I thank you for that. I really thank you for the interview. Check it out on the Stephen Shiels radio show as well, wherever you get your podcasts. You know, the DAW that I am using at the moment and have upgraded to is Dorico 3.5. With Dorico 3.5, they've just made it much easier to input notes. I feel it's more clearer on the screen and on the score too. So that's what I've done. That's how I compose my music. I've started looking at experimenting with the mixer in Dorico because I don't have a mixing desk in my studio, in my bedroom studio. I use the mixing in Dorico and on Logic. My most of my work were mixed and mastered in GarageBand. So Judas was mastered in GarageBand as well. So there's been, just because you don't have the so-called industry standard of technology, but when you've got the talent, you can make it work, and you're always improving your craft. You're always building your portfolio up as well. And I love that as an entrepreneur. I was watching on Amazon Prime Video, Fear Factor. Anyone watch that show, Fear Factor, with Joe Rogan? I was watching an episode, right? They're playing for $50,000. And the contestants, Fear Factor's an old show that's not going on anymore. And basically, you look at people will do anything for, they're doing these crazy stunts for money as well. And you see in America, when people win money in a lottery or a game show, it gets taxed. So they don't get the full $50,000. And then where do they end up? There's people that come back on the show, and it's like the stunts they're doing are so darn crazy. It's like, man, people just crazy. My God, they just do crazy things just for money. It's strange. It's really, really weird and strange, But I like Joe Rogan. I think he's a good stand-up comedian. He's been podcasting, 10 years. He's done over 1,000 shows. He does 3-hour live shows as well. Who knows? Yeah, my Instagram page as well. I've been putting up some highlight reels to it. I've got videos on the IGTV. You can check out my IGTV of some of my film scores that I've done for IGTV and Instagram as well. Right now I'm live streaming to Instagram at the same time. So yeah. And thank you for following my Instagram page and supporting it as well. It's not easy when you start out as an entrepreneur and, have to build social media up at the same time. It's not the most easiest. It's a challenge. And I just want to say thank you to my fans and my audience as well for supporting my work. Without you guys, I don't know where I'd be. And I thank you for listening to my music on Spotify and wherever you stream. I've noticed I've had views in Japan, Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, kind of all over the world. And I really thank you, everyone, for checking out my work. Also, too, you can follow my Facebook page where this show's been live streamed. You can follow that. You can stay up to date on what I'm doing when I'm publishing my YouTube videos, and you feel free to comment below on my posts. Also, too, you can comment on my YouTube videos as well. It's really appreciated if you could give some feedback. And also, too, don't forget, guys, 3 months free trial of Amazon Music Unlimited. All you need to do is click the link to my website to find out more on how you can do that. 3 months free Amazon Music Unlimited on my website. Click on the link to find out more. I like to play games on my phone as well. I'm a bit of a gamer. I've been playing Call of Duty Mobile in my spare time. South Park Phone Destroyer. Oh god. South Park has got to be one of the most funniest shows you can watch. It's just so funny. It's just like, oh my god, I'm just laughing. When you laugh to the point you're gonna cry, that's what it is. Lol. It's a big LOL moment, South Park. Apparently they did the pandemic special as well. The pandemic special, that's very interesting. I'd have to check that out. I wonder if we can watch the pandemic special on South Park. Would that be good or not? Yeah, so in New South Wales with COVID-19, we've got to wear face masks in the shopping centre as well. Sean says that was funny. Sean, what was the funniest part of the pandemic special in South Park, and where can we watch it if we want to have a laugh? And did they use the whole toilet paper panic buying as well? So yeah, South Park, they take the piss out of a lot of things as well. A lot of things, they really do. It's funny. It is funny. It's very funny. It's funny to the point I'm gonna laugh till I cry. Before I started my journey as an entrepreneur, I was reading a lot of books. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. I've read books by John C. Maxwell as well. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. And hello, Elizabeth. H. Hilton 1974. Thank you for joining the live stream on Instagram. It's being live streamed to Facebook at the same time for my podcast, the Stephen Shiels radio show. So yeah, the types of books with self-help books do help. I've even read books by Keith Abraham. He's a personal development speaker in Australia. I've seen Keith Abraham. I've read his books as well. But I feel with self-help books, it gets to a point where we've got to put the work in ourselves. And I've had businesses that failed. I had a clothing factory, all right, that failed. I tried to have an e-commerce store called New Wave Shiels. I failed at it. I'm human. I'm sorry. It happens as entrepreneurs. We do things sometimes, but feel we're not most passionate about it. Did I learn something out of it? Yes, I did. And what I've learned from New Wave Shiels, I've put it into my company, Shiels Productions. That's helped me increase my skills to improve my company and myself as well. It happens. But the positive thing is, I've got food on the table. I've got a roof over my head. I have internet. I feel great. And Shiels Productions gets me up every morning because I look forward. I look forward to every day at my company. For the first time in my life as an entrepreneur, I've gotten excited about getting up on a Monday morning to show up for work.
Hike the trail? Check. Order takeout? Check. Schedule heart checkup? Done. We've all adapted to a new way of living. Keep your healthcare on schedule with Johns Hopkins Medicine, where your health and safety are our highest priorities. We're ready to care for you through virtual and in-person visits across Maryland and the greater Washington region. Your health, our experts, safely caring for you. Schedule your care now. Learn more at hopkinsmedicine.org/safe.
When I've worked in other jobs before and traded time for money, also too, if anyone has had jobs they've never liked, feel free to comment what they didn't like about working. I found, I was getting a steady paycheck, great, but just there was no passion there. There was no motivation. It was just felt like shit. Because it's like, if you go into a Bunnings store or Office Works, Big W, Target, Woolworths, Coles, you look at the people working there and they're trading their time for money. So they're trading 8 hours of their time for money. And time is, I've learned this, time is something you can never get back in life. You can never, ever, ever get time back in your life. But what you can get back is money. Sean just commented too. He says it was on YouTube, but it may be taken down due to obvious reasons. Well, duh, that's what YouTube's doing. YouTube's gotten very fussy lately. And Sean says, let's just say that Randy Marsh has a big role. A big role in it. I bet you he does. I bet you Randy Marsh. Oh, God, the craziest stuff he's done. The craziest stuff Randy Marsh has done in his life. It's just funny. It's really funny. So, yeah, I like to listen to Napoleon Hill or Nightingale and, Dale Carnegie, the great masters on, training your mind for entrepreneurship, because they supported entrepreneurship more rather than getting a job. Now, in school, we've been brought up that we need to get good grades and get a good job and go to university, become a doctor, solicitor, psychologist, etc. So we get a high-paying job, take out a mortgage, pay the mortgage off for 50 years and then retire by 65 and only enjoy 10 years of your life living off your superannuation. That's the system that I was brought up in. That's the Australian dream of taking out a mortgage, and that's what we've been brainwashed through our education system that we need to get a good high-paying job, not become an entrepreneur. I've had more support to become an entrepreneur than to get a 9-to-5 job. It's been, and I never knew why. Why was that? I did not know at all why. As well, you know. And the work behind the Shiels Productions logos, it was about 4 hours labor involved in it. It was carefully thought out, and a lot of time goes into that too, If I can try and share my screen on Facebook. No, it won't let me. Don't worry about it. But if you go to my Spotify page and my Instagram page and YouTube, you can see the company logo that I have completed. So that's about 4 hours labor. Well, labor is another word. Well, work. So 4 hours work goes into that. So I did all the logo myself. All the merchandise ideas were done myself as well. And I'm really proud of Shiels Productions. I'm really, really, really proud of Shiels Productions as well. Just get a water. As a musician myself, I like to meditate. I think it's good for the mind. It's good for the brain, mind, body, and soul. I've got some meditation teachers that I highly look up to, like Glenn Harold, Sonic Yogi as well from Insight Timer, Lisa Culper. I've had her on the podcast as well. You can check her interview out. I had Glenn Harold on the show last night. It was a very interesting show. That the episode's out there, guys. And I like supporting Dr. Joe Dispenza's work as well, because meditation for me has actually helped with concentration. It's helped me clear my mind. It's helped just with everyday lifestyle decisions. And if anyone out there meditates, feel free to share your comments as well. Personal development has helped a lot as an entrepreneur. I think we need to study a bit of personal development, but try not to delve too deep into personal development as well. It's if you do that, it's not. Some of the personal development books out there can be opinionated, I think. But the true old masters like Napoleon Hill, Dale Carnegie, and Earl Nightingale really send a true message as well. Once you find that passion inside of you, it gets you up every day. And you look forward to Monday morning and you're like, yes, I love Monday morning. Monday is awesome. And I love Mondays. I'm excited about Monday. See, we live in a world now of streaming. streaming actually goes back to 2004 is when the whole streaming came along, but it just wasn't like now. Now we've become a society of binge watching, like Netflix. You can just, I've done it, watch a whole series in a weekend as well on Netflix. I'm finding the streaming services like your Netflix, your Stan, even Amazon Prime, they're building these algorithms to get you addicted to it. Now, I like Amazon Prime, I use it, but I'm finding I want to have mindfulness with streaming as well, not get addicted to it, because it disrupts your circadian rhythm, especially before bed. If you watch a drama before bed and your brain's just going round and round and round. See, I'm old school still. I put a DVD on in my TV because my TV's got a DVD. I don't use any of that smart TV. I've got too much technology as it is. It's like, I think it has its pros and cons, because we'll start with the pros. Well, you've got so many shows at one hand just on your device. The cons are, well, Netflix can just take whatever show that down they want because they own the rights to it. They can, and it sucks. And if you want to watch a show that you love and you type it in, you can't find it, and that's quite hard. It's not, and it sucks when that happens, you know. And yeah, I miss live music. I really, really miss live music. I do, because I love live music. I miss live concerts. I miss, the good old days. Memories, as they call it. Live music was the best. It's always the best to go and see a band play live. It's better than watching it pre-recorded as well. Thing about marketing too. Marketing in the music industry and as in entrepreneurship is probably one of the most hardest things that we come across when we start off as entrepreneurs. The thing with marketing is, there's two types. You've got free marketing and then you got paid marketing. If you're paying for your marketing, then yeah, you're going to get a bigger reach because you're paying it to someone who specializes in that. Whereas if you're doing it yourself, there's only a limited reach. Now, as entrepreneurs, when we start off, for some reason, we're relying on word of mouth marketing instead of paid advertising. But I found I get more of a reach with paid advertising instead of, free advertising, doing it myself. Because I'll be honest with you, I hate it doing it. And as when you start off, you're doing all the legwork yourself as entrepreneur. So that's the hardest, is getting the word out there in a very competitive algorithm that's changing all the time. Sean says, I studied marketing during my time. What marketing did you study, Sean? I'll wait for him to answer that. So my new album cover is a surprise for you. I won't reveal that at the moment. But I have a very artistic background and I like to get creative with my album covers, and I just do basic graphic design for my covers. Equipment for me is a personal choice. I believe in just keeping it simple and easy with equipment. I think equipment is a personal choice as a musician. Keeping it simple and, make sure you're comfortable. Make sure it's good and it works well. Sean says, principles and communications. What's principles and communications, Sean, for the audience on Instagram? He's on Instagram at the moment. I'm streaming it live to my Instagram, Shiels Productions page. Also, too, if you've missed today's live stream, the audio will be on the podcast feed. It will be on my Facebook page. I'll try and leave it to Instagram, but you can listen to the audio. When we are leveraging all our work up front, we're doing everything as entrepreneurs. We're doing sales, we're doing marketing, we're doing our record keeping, myself, writing the music, teaching it. It's a lot of work, and you have to schedule it on different days of the week, because if you try and do all that in 8 hours, you burn out. Forget it. You go nuts. It's something that, we start off with nothing, I've found, but then when you love what you do, things just seem to start happening. Sean just said, pretty much you just learn about the 4 Ps of marketing: price, product, place, and promotion. Very nice. And the tools marketers use to communicate products to consumers. What type of tools do marketers use to create products to consumers, Sean, for the audience? So, yeah. My first year as an entrepreneur has been very, very scary, very, I'd say, fun, interesting. Haven't even completed my first year yet. But it's going to be a very interesting journey. And I just want to make a positive change to people as well. You see, technology can be very frustrating too. Because if the internet's down, how can you get work done? Sean just said, digital advertising, social media, website advertisements. What social media did you learn to advertise on, Sean? So with social media, it's like, not social media, with technology, it's so much technology now. It's certain days it can just drive me crazy and up the wall. And I think I just got to be mindful of it. Like, I find that I try to have at least one day off a week from tech, unless I've got an interview on the podcast. That's an exception, but I try to have that one day off on a Sunday, get away from the computer, just shut the thing as well. Just shut it and turn it off, I guess. Guys, too, you can donate to my GoFundMe page as well. This helps with my equipment purchases, any upgrade as well, to keep the podcast going, to improve microphones, software as well, because software is always changing. Sean says, we actually never advertised on social media. We just learned it was one of many tools. Sweet. That's interesting. Check out my work on Spotify as well. Sean just said, my memory is vague as I did it many years ago. That's good. Also, too, I've got new music video on YouTube called Death Valley. I'm working on another music video on my YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to that as well. Check it out. Turn on your notifications so you get notified of when new videos pop up in your subscription feed. Today was a great show. I want to thank everyone for listening to today's Facebook live stream as well. Don't forget, you can get 3 months of a free trial to Amazon Music Unlimited. Links in the description to my website. Thank you for today's show. Also, subscribe to this podcast wherever you get it so you can get notified. Follow my Spotify artist page. You can follow me on SoundCloud as well, Apple Music. I'm on Apple Podcasts. Leave a rating on Apple Podcasts. Also, comment on my YouTube videos. And you feel free to write me any questions that you may want answered on the live stream. Looking at live streaming on Facebook twice a week. And it's been really good. Thank you for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. All the best. And stay safe. Bye.
Hike the trail? Check. Order takeout? Check. Schedule heart checkup? Done. We've all adapted to a new way of living. Keep your healthcare on schedule with Johns Hopkins Medicine, where your health and safety are our highest priorities. We're ready to care for you through virtual and in-person visits across Maryland and the greater Washington region. Your health, our experts, safely caring for you. Schedule your care now. Learn more at hopkinsmedicine.org/safe.
Whether you're having a not moving off the couch while you watch the game kind of day, or a no time between conference calls kind of day, it can still be a delicious Dunkin' kind of day. And with Dunkin' now available on DoorDash, it's easier than ever to get your faves brought right to your door. So if you're looking for coffees, donuts, and breakfast sandwiches in the morning, craving some afternoon snack and bacon, or in need of Dunkin' refreshers for a PM pick-me-up, we've got you covered. Order now and get your faves brought to your door through Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. Price and participation may vary. Exclusions apply. America runs on Dunkin'.
The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it the rest of the way home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy task. But nothing worth doing is easy.
Wake up and pair any one of these sweet, fluffy, frittery bakery treats with a McCafe iced coffee. Get any size and any flavor for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.